What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Senegal became a republic in 1960, when it became independent from France. Since then, its democracy has been pretty peaceful and stable.
Just us.
Dakar is a place with lots of extremes and contradictions.
The city never stops. It's always evolving.
As an artist, I am drawn to the complexity as well as the energy of the city of Dakar. It's a place where the traditional and the contemporary collide. Who are we in this complicated world?
I combine the traditional and contemporary in my photographs. I like to create narratives and alternate realities in which ordinary people can become heroes in their own stories.
Ooh, that's hard.
I would like to introduce you to some of the most talented artists of my city. Come with me.
Coming up in this episode, DW's Artsy Africa is meeting Zenix, Senegal's first professional female graffiti artist.
Okay.
We chat with Caroline Gay, an extraordinary multimedia creator whose work blends physics with art.
What's going on? It's different. All right.
Asa John shows us her studio and centuries-old weaving skills.
Oh, she stuck to the roots with it. She, hey, hold on.
Ali Beta and Ibaku brings music and visions in black and white.
Okay.
Tough. Yeah.
And we explore photographers Eva Diallo's photos of her family's migration.
And now we're here at the Ancien Palais de Justice, a place that used to be all about the law. And now it's a place where artists come and express their views on how society should be run. Coolest writer in town. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Aline.
Shall we?
Sure.
Let's go. Ah. Palais de Justice.
Caroline Gay walks me through her work, Quantum Tunneling, a blend of her love of physics and art. It's a commentary.
I don't know, bro. I feel like hers is right now it's going to be one of the most unique ones.
Yes.
I feel like he could have kept her best for last. I'm ready to see what everyone else got to offer, but this one just caught me off guard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be random, different, very creative.
Interactive.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of, what's that place at the fair? The House of Mirrors?
The House of Mirrors, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get
I
lost
like
in one
it.
of them.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Let's find out the story behind this.
On the scientific phenomenon whereby small particles move through a barrier that's impossible to penetrate. This installation emphasizes hope and growth through adversity.
Wow. Man, I just need some deep explanation of this amazing thing that I just experienced. What was that about?
The inspiration behind that is quantum physics, because as I'm a physicist, I mix a lot of physics. The whole reflection behind that installation is segmented in 3 levels. So the first level is about mining. Especially in Africa, miners work in very, very hard conditions. Some died not long ago in Burkina Faso. And we use coltan and other things from the ground in our cell phones every day, and we don't think about what happens to them. So the second level of reflection was more about innovation. The tunnels that Elon Musk dig in the US. And the third level of reflection is more physics, like wormholes.
Right, well, that's exactly how I felt like. I just felt like I was in a wormhole. Yeah, transported into a different dimension. My senses were really triggered.
That's the whole world that I built. So I just invited you in what happens in my mind a little bit.
Thank you. That was amazing. Very enlightening, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank
keep
you.
the rubber side down on the motorcycle. And see you soon. À bientôt.
À bientôt.
Yeah, it didn't disappoint.
Now, we head east to see the work of one of Dakar's leading contemporary art collectives. This is Kewi Low. She's the force behind black.
Hold on, before we get to this one, was interesting because it's like when she said that you go into her mind, right, with her art, it's like a different way to experience it because you're feeling it.
Right.
And he said that his senses was going off, right? That's different.
Yeah.
Because I look at pictures in museums and things like that and portraits, and I will either get sad or curious or happy about something. But to have your senses maybe feeling the way that the miners were feeling, that's different.
That's deep art. That is really deep
if
art.
I want that to happen to me.
I mean, but that's the experience though. Like even if there's like a real resemblance of something that happened in history, it brings out an emotion.
Yes.
And I like art like that because oftentimes we think to ourselves, like he mentioned, they come to this location where they can gather and try to see what they can do to add more value to their location. And I think that's good, especially when you're hands-on art, right? We could take something and make it 10 times more beautiful or better just because we have invested into it. And that's art alone right there. And it just helped the people get like more of an awareness of what they're dealing with and what's happening around them.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? The senses, like he said, it unlocks a senses in them that they probably never knew existed, you know?
Right. And her inspiration was the miners.
That part,
so
deep.
if we're feeling like that going through this, imagine what they felt.
Not just them, imagine what the artist felt.
Yeah.
Because she had to connect. And you know about that when it comes to writing
yes.
something, and you have to connect with a story to make sure it hits the way the reader wants it to hit whenever they're trying to get into the storyline, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, that's deep.
Art imitates life.
It is an artist residency in Dakar that was funded by Kehinde Wiley, the New York-based artist who painted President Barack Obama's official portrait.
Kehinde Wiley decided to set up BlackRock because it was important for him to create a space dedicated to artists and to their artistic research and practice. He wanted to initiate like new conversation, taking as point of departure Senegal, the continent, to create new collaboration and new exchanges between artists and the new generation and artistic scene in Senegal. For some of the African-American artists that we've received, it's their first time on the continent, so it's a very deep and intense experience that helps them reconnect with their roots. Each year we receive like 16 artists that are painters, textile artists, photographers, writers, filmmakers. We really highlight the importance of BlackRock as a place of meeting, gathering, and to build a community.
As part of the BlackRock exhibition, this is the impressive work of Aissa John. Let me take you to its origins.
I'm visiting Aissa's workshop 3 minutes away from the BlackRock and located in the Castor area.
It's good to be here in your space, Aissa.
Welcome.
I saw what you did also at the BlackRock. That was phenomenal, and I want to know more about it. Can you tell me?
So our concept, philosophy of the enterprise is to mix art and industry. What they asked me, because some of the artists had been visiting off my workshop, and I had to make an original piece, so I was thinking of using my huge loom, which is 2 meter 80 wide, and use as well the leftover, which are like raffia, and it came out very interesting. And we use different fiber like the hand-spun cotton and kinaf, which is a fiber from Mali. I have to say as well that we started developing traditional weaving like 25 years ago, so that we recreate a full textile industry in Senegal, because everything is being imported.
Well, it seems like this space, which is a big place, is about that. There's so many things happening. So tell me about like the spirit of this place, please.
The spirit of the place is to get together and develop all the know-how you can find in Senegal. So you have people weaving, people doing embroidery, people working on leather, people working on wood. The idea is to say that at the end of that, we can put a total interior design of a house in Senegal entirely made in this country. And so we create jobs as well.
So if I need a job, I could come to you then.
Yes, for sure.
I will.
Okay.
I mean... And now the laboratoire of imagination. We're here in the neighborhood of Kenulab with Ibaku and Alibeta, a place of imagination, performance, costume, magic, music, lots of things. Come with me.
Okay.
Walk into this place. Let's get it.
Yes. Yeah, I love this place.
This
And
the
I would love
inside?
for you to walk me.
Why he look like he had it connected to like a wall, like a mountain or something?
It looked like.
It looked like it's, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it is. That's what it looked like.
Waaw góor.
A building.
On dit quoi? En forme?
Yes.
Yaa ngi ci jàmm? Bismillah, bismillah.
Yeah, I love this place.
Yeah.
And I would love for you to walk me through.
So as you see, this is Thabo Tinde. He's a South African photographer, artist, but he lives in Berlin. And he's doing he did a work called Black Faces in White Spaces. And this is the idea of his. So he's been documenting different moments of the black community in Berlin and all the questions, all the protests, all the activist movement. In the exhibition, we talk about Doh Mbok, how to connect Mbok is like family or the community. But it's important also to look at the diaspora, how do they live? They're part of the family.
Absolutely.
Yes, and that's the idea, to bring also the perspective of the South African guy living in Berlin, how he looks at that society.
Man, people need to see this.
Imaginary, right?
That's important.
And
That's important for us to connect. You know, because we all have these histories that we come with, these stories that we come with, and all of this shapes our way of living. You know, and because we are the minority a lot, unless you're on the continent, the African continent, it is good to see how we maneuver these spaces.
Can learn from one another.
Right.
the soul. Good to be here.
Yeah, man.
My man, good to see you again.
Same here,
Yeah.
bro. Content.
Yeah, so like you and Ali Beta, you are like epic musicians. Like here in Senegal, everybody
Thanks,
knows
bro.
you, and abroad
Thanks.
too as well. And but I really wanted to like tell me more about like who is Ibaku.
Oh yeah. I mean, Ibaku is a hybrid. He's a mix of an alien and a human. As an artist, you're always in search of like the real you, who's the real you, who's the most raw and honest version of you. So a few years ago, I decided to kill my hip hop character and to rebirth as Ibaku, which is me.
Yeah, your true
simply,
identity.
Yeah.
Man, today I'm actually really happy because I feel extremely privileged to be able to hear you and Ali Beta perform. Can we just like, hear some good
Let's
music,
get into
some
it,
soul
man.
music?
All about.
There's one world. We're all interconnected.
I can do some good snaps. Some snaps be hitting.
Yeah,
It sounded good though, yeah.
Merci.
Sounded good.
Yes, thank you. Let's talk about the raw material company, Center for Art and Knowledge in Senegal. If you want to see great, amazing, progressive art, that's the place to be. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Fatima Si. I'm program curator here at RAW. Let me show you what we are doing here. So RAW Material Company is a center for art, knowledge and society, and we organize here exhibitions, training for curatorial practice, hosting workshops, conversations, symposium. But the main thing that we want to do here at RAW is to make for people obvious that art is made for the community, from the community, and that we can build a society based in that. So we even publish books, you know, so look at this.
This exhibition at RAW is by artist Tuan Goyen.
He was looking into different kind of displacement and migration that people are facing due to colonial invasion in different areas of the world, specifically in the China and Vietnam, as he's from Vietnam. And here in Dakar, when he come to do his research, he find out that there was a Vietnamese Senegalese community, women that come into Senegal from the war of Indochina. So this library is the heart of RAW. We call it RAW Base, and it is where everything started. When Koyoko founded this place in 2011, she was looking for a space in Dakar for critical thinking. Dakar was a hub for art and culture, but we don't have enough space for publishing, writing about art history in Africa, and writing our own stories rather than having it written by Western studies. So we started with her collection of books, and from there we developed different kind of program.
That part.
Now we're off to downtown Dakar. I want to show you my own work. I welcome you to my studio.
Before we get to his work, okay, first of all, let's talk about the earlier guy. I forgot the name of the one, but the one before her, right? His work was very provocative. When they were doing the music together, it took me a minute. I had to sit on it, right? Of coming together and how it was so different, but it created this oneness. And earlier, how they were speaking about the diaspora, it just made me think we all have our own identities, but we are connected somewhere. It's far. I mean, but it's a connection there.
The connection is first of all, Lord, I can't even get my words out. The connection, first of all, is just being here.
Yes.
Just being present every day, breathing in the same air. Literally, that's the craziest connection that you can probably get to. And then on top of that, his artwork is amazing. First of all, you have to be mad involved because you are literally the piece, right? As we seen, he was coming out of this fabric, and he had other people in fabric as well as they were standing on the rocks. But that is symbolism to a lot of things that only, you know, a viewer can really look at it, envision, and then take something from it. But yeah, his hands-on work is amazing.
Yes.
You know?
And I also love the topic of identity. Right? Because we feel like we have to be this one way. No, he said, I killed the hip-hop version of me, and now I'm this version of himself, right? We continue to grow, and we don't have to keep things that we don't no longer like about ourselves.
Exactly.
We could change that, and I love that he showed that through his art. Now, when it came to the museum, I have never heard of the Vietnamese Senegalese, so I would love to learn that history. Send us some videos. Y'all already know. We know.
This is the series that actually put me on the world map of the art world. It's called Edification. And Edification is about how the digital era, the contemporary digital era, is affecting the rites of passages of the new generation. So as you can see in all of these pictures, you can see VR glasses. And the VR glasses are here to symbolize the digital era that we're living in. In opposition to that, you have the traditional aspect of Africa. And all of these images are actually rites of passage, such as traveling. In every culture around the world, at some point you have to go far in order to understand what's near, and every culture will encourage that.
Yes. I like
the
that
girl
quote.
with the cape, she actually became the mascot of this photography series. When I did this project, I didn't do any casting. I just went on location, and I had like this faith, just this I just knew that like I would find the right people on location. So I went there with the cape and the VR glasses and this beautiful young Senegalese girl with that beautiful blue outfit showed up, and I was like, oh, it's you. You're like my superwoman. This one,
looked like a
I call it kinship.
It does, yeah.
Kinship for me is like the human family, like this whole concept that no one's an island. In Africa, we have a saying that says, alone you go fast, but together you go far. And it's about that. It's about leaping into something much further that you could ever imagine. And I'm trying to embark everybody, you included, on that journey.
Journeys.
I like this. The VR sets is tight. It's very for me. It just basically screams, never forget where you came from, but don't embrace the days, times that you're in now.
Yeah.
We all see what type of times we're in. Technology is going crazy, right? Obviously, but back in the day, we sat outside until the sun, until the street pole came on. Then we back inside, bathe, eat, boom, boom, and then we, in the bed, ready for school or whatnot. That's how it went. And I feel like just never forget where you came from, because as we seen these photos, you see these kids, they outside, the imagination is still there, but they're embracing what today's times has to offer as well, which is like the electronics, the VR set, how they're being attentive and, present for these type of moments.
Yeah, like they're being present, but at the same time they're not.
Yeah. It's I like his artwork. I like it makes you think. I like that.
It's very thought provoking.
Yeah.
Dang it, I lost my thought.
You sure?
I did.
And departures have become a feature of life in Dakar because Senegal is a key country for many West Africans traveling to Europe in search of better economic opportunities.
Hey!
Eva Jallo is a photographer whose work deals with these kinds of crossings.
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What a nice place. It's wonderful.
As a matter of fact, I took the liberty to put up your work, and when I look at it, I get so much stories, narratives.
Yeah, this whole work and project is mostly about migration through the eyes of my family, because I have two cousins from the north of Senegal who left Senegal to go in Europe, but by the road, not by the sea, directly. And that's something that is really dangerous for them. So with all the stories that they've told me, I'm going to every important places and doing a little documentary in every places. So the whole work his name is Bolol. It means in Fulani the travel, the way to leave a place to go to another. So here there is 3 different countries. So that's my work to talk for them and honor what they did.
There's a word that you used earlier, honor them. And in that, I see a different narrative that you hear from the West, like that Trump wall, that the borders in Europe, the migrants, and I hear empathy, I hear sympathy.
From my point of view, it's very important to show good thing about the trip, because it can be sad and of course it's dangerous, but they also meet a lot of good people, a lot of wonderful places.
There's beauty in the struggle.
Yeah, of course.
I know also that we've been talking about doing portraits of each other as
for years.
Photographers. Yes. So I would love to invite you into a photo shoot.
Of course, let's do this.
There's beauty in the struggle.
Yes, I love that. It reminds me of that quote, beauty for ashes. How something bad can be transformed for something good.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of times, especially now in the United States, where we have this subject of the immigrants and how it's demonized, right? But we forget, in order for a person to leave their home, it's for a good reason. Nobody wants to leave the place that they was born.
No,
right?
1,000%, right?
So I love that she's capturing her family story and humanizing it. Yeah.
And that word is beauty in the struggle. First of all, her artwork is amazing, right? The capturing of it. It kind of gives you that that remembrance of when you logging into something and they put up the piece and they say match it so we can know you're not a robot. Her stuff is dope. I like that. And for his quote when he said that it is beauty in the struggle, I feel like that word, that phrase just grows with you as you get older and it evolves, because when you look back over your life and you see all the stuff you went through, your mindset goes to a whole new level, because you're like, yo, I would have never thought I would have got through that. But now I did. I see differently. I feel differently. I understand differently. You know what I'm saying? So the struggle is beautiful because you evolve mentally. You know what I'm saying? Your body goes with that and everything else. And yeah.
Right. Because sometimes we only focus on the bad. Oh, this is going on. Then I had this and this. And you don't realize how far you went.
Exactly.
In spite of that. Right?
So a full circle moment, to bring it back around, if you look at her artwork, it shows a collage of moments
the
in history.
good moments.
Right, because people just don't remember how far they actually got until you see a collage of your life. The pictures may not look like two locations that have been the same, but the journey, you know, it exposes that.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Focus on the good. Okay.
No, 1,000%. Yeah.
You gonna give her the VR glass?
Yeah. Well, that'd be funny, huh?
It's beautiful.
That's a nice headshot.
And now we're going to a place that's very dear to me, La Medina. This place is the heart of the creators of Dakar, the new generation of artists.
When I am in La Medina, I am inspired by the energy of the designers and musicians who hang out there. This place is the creative district of Dakar, and it is here that as creators we experiment and collaborate. La Medina is a great place for me to catch up with my friends, but 400 years ago, it had a more tragic significance. This was an old slave quarter, and captive people will be taken from here to Gorée Island. Gorée Island is where you can visit the slave house, a memorial to commemorate the exploitation of people. The whole island is exceptional as a place frozen in time. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site now, but in the past, it was where captive Africans were held before being sent into slavery in Europe and the Americas.
We're gonna meet another woman, a great artist, super talented. Meet the amazing Zenix.
Zenix is a hip-hop innovator and activist who has made her mark as Senegal's premier female graffiti artist. She dedicates most of her time to empowering other young creators.
Zenix. What's the lady in the building? King B.
I like that.
Yeah. Knew that. So my drop them my free like a
This place is amazing. I want to know about this. Can you tell me about it?
We're in Leopold Sédar Senghor Cultural Institute in Pekin. This is my sanctuary, the place where I learned how to do graffiti. This place is my second home. I come here every day for the last 15 years.
Well, it looks like there's a lot of things going on here. Why don't we go over there and you tell me about everything that's happening here?
We're in Zen Workshop, which means Zenix Entertainment, my enterprise, where I put forward the transmission of knowledge to the youth. I share with them what I've experienced throughout the years. As it was not so evident to get to this point and learn graffiti at that time. I'd really like to provide this chance to the young generation of now. I started graffiti at the age of 17. Here you have young Zenix with small sketching, drawing, searching, etc. Trying to find my mark.
Je dessinais, j'essayais de trouver je cherchais à trouver mes marques.
When I was 17, I was already a painter who wanted to be directly connected to the painting. In the long run, I discovered graffiti via TV viewing. Firstly, I saw people sprayed onto big walls, and what amazed me was the wide space for expression they had. Then immediately I said to myself that I need the same to show off my talent.
And as a woman, would you say that, like, you actually brought something on the table that wasn't here before?
As I went along, I've been able to learn from my experiences, from my life. That even though we're in a hip-hop environment that can be very male-dominated here in Senegal, I learned that art has no sex. In fact, it is the art in the heart and also the human being at the center. I said then to myself, why not do things my way?
I love everything that I heard here. Now I want to see a real world. Can we go outside and check out something amazing?
Let's go. The world. 15 jeunes talentueux artistes. Donc c'est
50 young talented artists who, after 1 month of training in graffiti, had realized together this wall with their own ideas, with the desire to share what they had kept for a while in their within. That's it. And then they painted dominantly a Reku, which means it's time to break the chains and to be free. Their main topics are peace, love, and some others, hip-hop values and culture.
With that, we leave Dani on a high note. The energy of my city is evident in the works of these artists. Energy that confronts the past, is hopeful for the future, and grateful for the opportunities of the present, and remembering that it is an important part of who we are.
Senegal.
Okay, hold on before he ends. Sometimes I have to sit with what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah.
And she says she has been coming to her enterprise for the last 15 years. That is consistency.
Yeah.
When you believe in something, you don't need anyone else to push you. Okay, and then I didn't hear her say anything about she learned from this person or that person. Mm-hmm. She just got better and better and better. And let's speak to the people, the young artists in training for 1 month, and then they created a whole mural.
Yeah.
That is, listen, I just love to see people get off their arts. Because like I said in the other video, you don't want to keep it in, okay? People like us, listen, you want us to get it out. Because the other way of it getting out ain't good.
Yeah, I feel like the art just keep getting better and better. I said this in the last video. I was like, people just got to stand on their block, whatever your purpose is, whether you be recognized or not. Just keep killing it, man, because it just means more. It means so much to someone who is watching or someone that's near you. And at the end of the day, you're blessing them without even realizing it. Unless they tell you, you're like, okay, I appreciate your love, you know? Yeah. There's so much more to it, but other than that, it's just like the art just keep getting better.
Yes, definitely.
Country, my country. In Wolof, our local language, Senegal means our boat. This is a gal, our boat because we all on the same boat. One planet, one people. And this brings us to the end of our journey. Hope you enjoy watching the videos.
Yes, man. We're going to stop at that. Make sure you guys go check the channel out. Yeah, and did she mention something about, she said art don't have a sex. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like art and imagination run hands in hands. And as we're growing up as, from kids, the first thing we're introduced to is our imagination, to be creative, especially when we're bored, right? So why would all of a sudden you will put a label on it when you get older and say only a certain amount of people can act in these type of fields? Right. You know what I'm saying? So it don't have a sex to it. I feel like your creativity and your artwork is going to be something that's personal and it's all aligned with your purpose. So.
Earlier, we was talking about us being connected, right? The diaspora. They chose a location that had a horrible history to it, and they made it something good. You know, and that's healing. There is healing in art, so I love that they chose that place. That's intentionality behind that. You know. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.